Welcome. How is everyone doing today? Today we're back at the bench. Got a lot of it cleaned up, got rid of a lot of the damaged stuff. Went through and fixed what I could. So I have some things. I only have this camera, so I don't have the whole camera setup I had before. But we're going to do a project here. And first I want to talk about failure. So I have always been a proponent of failure is the greatest teacher. And when is failure not a teacher? Is it the second time you try something, the third time you try something? Is that when it becomes not a teaching experience? I'm not sure, but I have to talk about some failures here with what I have going on. So I have been contacted to work on a prop for a company, and it's a spaceship. So this is roughly the finalized design. Roughly, I'm gonna make some changes. I've already made changes with some plans, but it's gonna be made out of styrene and then kit bashed together with a bunch of other parts. And this wasn't the first. This wasn't my first attempt at the. I've tried things with this, but originally I had, I came up with a slender starfighter type unit here. Then I moved on from that, and with a larger body, because I mocked up some wings and they weren't the right size. But originally, which gave me the idea for the shape and size, go into my bit box here, and I made this guy right here for possibly an engine. Then we have an engine cowling here. So I I had 3 of them. So I had this plane model. I'm not sure what it's from, but I figured looking like this, it flies, and then I put some wings on it like this. And and then we can see what it looks like with an engine on it. So that's where I started as a conceptual design. I'm still going to finish this. I'm not sure how I'm going to do the cockpit area, but I have more to go on this. These for up front. They're white and hard to see. I was going to put little proton torpedoes in the wings, if I can find one. Some kind of torpedo, little torpedo there, little tiny piece I've cut up. Wanted to put something similar to an auto turret on the underside, but the unit was too small. So I don't count this one as a failure, but it's not the design that I wanted, and I wanted something more homemade and unique to me. So I'll still use these, and I'll still do some testing and things like that, but I had moved on from this. The engines I want to keep. I have a plan for those. Plans for a larger engine. So let's see where the failures have come in. So put that stuff away. Yeah, put that away, and let's see. So on this project here, it's a larger midsection. So what I did was I mocked up a wing, or the end of a wing. So this is the end of a wing here. So if you look at here, it's this part of the wing right here. And it was going to look alright, but I wanted to get away from this, and I wanted to build the structure, the substructure out of polystyrene that add the different bits to it and whatnot. So here's my first attempt at a wingtip. Put a nice channel in the middle for those little torpedo, bullets from a model kit. Put a nice little rear spot. I can put little fins in there, give it a little bit of texture. And then I came to the end, and as you can see on this drawing here, I wanted to put a blaster type weapon at the end of it. So I was, under this idea. So after mocking this up, I was like, I wanted a larger center cab, the little area. So I started drawing, and I came up with this as a top view, and then this would be the rear. The wings would tilt down. Hopefully you can see that. An engine here, a door in the back, some landing struts. Same wing design, but broken in the middle here. It's my template paper. This is some different substructures of the front. What that's going to look like was if I did a larger wing. And then this is the side view. It looks very clunky. This was going to be the cockpit cab area, so these are areas that I'm still currently working on. This was the front of the Starfighter type, so I wasn't quite sure how I wanted to go about it. So I built, let's pick through my junk box here and see what I've built that was bad. So this one right here, I glued this up, and this angle's wrong. They're crooked, they don't line up. So I cut these based off of just trying to piece fit things together, and I was not happy with it. Nothing lines up. So I was like, alright, that's fine. What can I do to improve? So I don't know where the piece is, but I recut all these pieces, and then I drove a dowel through the middle of them to keep them lined up, and that worked. But then I cut the angles wrong. So I cut these front angles wrong. So that's another failure. So I moved on. I said, you know what? I'm not going to waste any more styrene. I'm going to cut out templates from cardstock. So I cut out some templates from some cardstock, and I attempted to glue them up, and that went seemingly better than I had anticipated, but the hot glue became out of control. It was all over my tools, it was all over my bench, my gloves covered in it, and it took me almost an hour to get rid of all the hot glue. And this is as far as I've gotten on the mock-up piece out of cardstock. So we're calling that a fail, because I don't want to deal with the hot glue. Plus, if you look down it, it's not even. It's wider there than it is there. So I quit for a little bit, and I thought about it, and then how I used to do things when I needed to mock something up from scratch. And I'm not sure why I didn't do this from the very beginning, but I would draw it out, and I had a master drawing, but then I would draw out each piece as a template and write the measurements on it. So I have the templates now, or the measurements of the sizes of all the pieces that they have all the minuses, deductions for thickness of material and all that stuff. So if they come out to size, which hopefully they will, they should all fit together seamlessly. So Still unsure on a few of the angles. I haven't calculated geometric angles in years. Here's some of the wing parts. The main body, some of the pieces of the main body, and the main body part 2. Well, after I drew that up yesterday or the day before, and I still am hesitant to take these measurements and cut them out of styrene again and end up with a gluing issue or a fit issue, and then I have to start all over again. So what I plan on doing this time is using some chipboard that my wife kindly got me. So I have this chipboard here. It's a large piece of chipboard, and it is about 42 thousandths. So about 40 thou. Okay, so how does that help me? How does the chipboard help me? Well, if you look at all my measurements for the sizes of the actual plastic, they're 40 thousandths thick. So I have sheets of 40 thou plastic. See, this is probably 20. Yeah, that's 20. So I have a whole bunch of 40 right here. So there's a sheet of 40. So this is basically a little bit off of the thickness of the chipboard. So I will build it out of that after I build it out of chipboard and I make any modifications that I need to make. So that's where I'm at on this. So I don't know how long I'm going to run on here, but that's where I'm at for this project, and I'm going to post update videos, pictures, because I got a whole reel of pictures from different things. I built, a cockpit to see what I wanted a cockpit to look like. This was back when I was doing a starfighter thing, so I scrapped an old cockpit from a kit that was missing pieces. So I mocked that up, and I was gonna try to cut it into this body here with some canopies, and I probably still will do that. Just currently I'm gonna work on this scratch built part, and then putting stuff on it. I might still use these wings. The problem with these wings is they're thick for the size that I need them. So they're almost 500 thou, half-inch thick, and once you put the layers of O10 thickness stock, and then with the round edges and stuff, the raised paneling and whatnot, it's not gonna look right, basically. So I'll still do it to test paint colors and things like that, and just standard kit bashing stuff. I will work on this, but when I'm stumped on this project, I normally pick that up and I do something on. Like I got a wing over here. I'm trying to match up to the other one. I got a little divot there, so I'll sand that up. Like, this is very unsmooth. So let's see here. I take this guy. Oh yeah, here's something. Here's a tip. My wife found this at the Dollar Tree. It is a tumbling tower game, so it's basically Jenga, but it's little wooden blocks. And what I do with those wooden blocks is I stick sandpaper to them. So get a nice wooden block for sanding. Sand this up here. I got a 400 block. And that's still a little low. Plus I still got some 220 scratches in it. So what I'll do is I'll move this clipboard. So let's see here. So it's actually not too bad. So I will take my little sanding bowl here. And I have this little sanding bowl right here. Just add some water to this 220 grit right here. It's quite been used. Wring it out. And then I'll come over here. I'll get some of them scratches out. This is just a sanding sponge here. 220. Get off any of these high spots here. A little bit of wet sanding. And I love to wet sand when I can. Takes out a lot of the finer the deeper scratches with a higher grit of sandpaper. So oh, and this will have some electronics in there. I'm limited on what I can do electronics wise because of the equipment I lost, but I am going to do some stuff with it. So I don't care if these panel lines come off because it's going to get raised panels, and then maybe panel lines scribe deeper. I'm not sure, but and then I can reach in here and grab out a 400, bring it out. Dry it off. And you can get this compressed air at the Dollar Tree now, so you don't have to be as sparing with it as we once used to have to be. So that's another wing that still got some high spots in it. So I will have to work on that some more. But that is basically what I've been up to. I've been trying to work on this since mid-February. I've been just thinking about ideas and talking to people about the project, and this is where I'm at, so I'm going to share it now. This is what I'm working on. I hope to do some updates, maybe some slideshows. I'm limited on what I can do on the computer editing wise, so it's basically going to be released in whole, or what I can do in Windows Media Player, because I don't have access to software anymore. So that's gonna do it for this one, guys. Let me know what you think, and hopefully I can actually make something for it, and the client likes it. We'll find out. So I got some time. I got some time before it's needed. The concept art has been turned in, and now I am just trying to find the best way to build this. Mock-ups are good. There was a time when I didn't have to mock something up, and I could just build it from a drawing or the memory in my brain, or work it out, but not anymore. So the brain damage is taken over, even though I don't want it to. So I have to make changes and make do with the abilities that I have. So back to the old way of engineering some simple plastic. So it's over engineering it, and it could have been drawn up on a computer and printed out and cut out and all that stuff, but I am trying to do this project without the use of a computer, other than the videos and stuff. So take care, everyone, and have a fantastic day.